Hi, my name is Stephanie Wootton, and I'm the Soil Health Supervisor at Ward Laboratories. And today we're going to be talking about nematode testing. We started nematode testing here at Ward Labs in 2022, and we do it by extracting nematodes from soil samples that we get submitted from the customers, and then we ID them and count them using a microscope. There are many different types of nematodes. Some of them are plant parasitic and some of them aren't. Our customers are usually more interested in those that are plant parasitic. So our typical nematode report will give them a number for the stylet formers or the plant parasitic ones, and then non-stylet formers, which are the non-plant parasitic ones. We do soil, root, and cyst testing. The cyst is just specifically counting cyst nematode eggs. The soil will be looking at all the different plant parasitic nematodes and then counting them and IDing them. And the root test will be looking at those nematodes which are actually inside of the root tissue. When and why a producer will decide to sample for nematodes can kind of depend based on the situation. So some producers will be looking for preventative measures for the future. So they may sample corn stubble or soybean stubble in the fall to then prepare for an upcoming soybean season in the future, in the following spring. Or they may decide to sample in the middle of July because they're noticing a problem already in the field. And once you've taken a sample, it's important to try and keep the sample cool as possible. So you don't want to leave it in the truck for any extended periods, throw it in the windshield, anything like that. You want to try and take the sample, then get it in cold storage as soon as you can. And then really, it doesn't matter if you send it to us immediately after taking it, as long as the sample stays cool, that should be fine. You also want to think about when the sample is going through the shipping process, making sure that you're not shipping it off on a Friday, regular standard mail when it's 90 degrees outside and now your sample's sitting in a warehouse somewhere. You want to make sure we get it in a decent amount of time and that it's going to stay cold through transit. When you're submitting your samples, make sure to include a crop type and then maybe even a previous crop type. If you're looking to get something like a threshold value for the nematodes on your crop, then when the report is generated, a threshold value sheet will be sent with your report. If you're submitting your samples from outside of the state of Nebraska, make sure to include the APHIS permit for transit. You can find it on our website under nematodes. There should be a direct link right on there, and just print that off and include it in your package. After we receive the sample will be logged into our system, and then the sample will enter the lab. It'll go through a series of processes where the sample is first soaked in water, then put through a sieve, then another rinsing step, put through another sieve. Then the sample will be centrifuged. We'll sieve it again with sugar water, and then the sample will be looked at under the microscope. You'll receive your results via email, and again, if you include that crop type, you'll receive the threshold value sheet, which will give you a good idea of what your nematode levels look like for your crop.